Chapter 11 of Revelations of Divine Love, read for LibriVox.org by David Barnes. Revelations of Divine Love by Julian of Norwich, the third revelation, Chapter 11. All thing that is done, it is well done, for our Lord God doeth all. Sin is no deed. And after this I saw God in a point, that is to say, in mine understanding, by which sight I saw that he is in all things. I beheld and considered, seeing and knowing in sight, with a soft dread, and thought, what is sin? For I saw truly that God doeth all thing, be it never so little. And I saw truly that nothing is done by hap nor by adventure, but all things by the foreseeing wisdom of God. If it be hap or adventure in the sight of man, our blindness and our unforesight is the cause. For the things that are in the foreseeing wisdom of God from without beginning, which rightfully and worshipfully and continually he leadeth to the best end, as they come about, fall to us suddenly, ourselves unwitting. And thus by our blindness and our unforesight we say, these be haps and adventures, but to our Lord God they be not so. Wherefore me behoveth needs to grant that all thing that is done, it is well done, for our Lord God doeth all. For in this time the working of creatures was not showed, but the working of our Lord God in the creature. For he is in the midpoint of all thing, and all he doeth. And I was certain he doeth no sin. And here I saw verily that sin is no deed, for in all this was not sin showed. And I would no longer marvel in this, but beheld our Lord what he would show. And thus, as much as it might be for the time, the rightfulness of God's working was showed to the soul. Rightfulness hath two fair properties. It is right, and it is full. And so are all the works of our Lord God. Thereto needeth neither the working of mercy nor grace, for they be all rightful, wherein faileth naught. But in another time he gave a showing for the beholding of sin nakedly, as I shall tell, where he useth working of mercy and grace. And this vision was showed to mine understanding, for that our Lord would have the soul turned truly unto the beholding of him, and generally of all his works. For they are full good, and all his doings are easy and sweet, and to great ease bringing the soul that is turned from the beholding of the blind deeming of man unto the fair sweet deeming of our Lord God. For a man beholdeth some deeds well done, and some deeds evil, but our Lord beholdeth them not so. For as all that hath being in nature is of godly making, so all that is done in property of God's doing. For it is easy to understand that the best deed is well done, and so well as the best deed is done, the highest, so well is the least deed done, and all thing in its property and in the order that our God hath ordained it to from without beginning. For there is no doer but he. I saw full surely that he changeth never his purpose in no manner of thing, nor never shall, without end. For there was no thing unknown to him in his rightful ordinance from without beginning. And therefore all thing was set in order ere anything was made, as it should stand without end, and no manner of thing shall fail of that point. For he made all things in fullness of goodness, and therefore the blessed Trinity is ever full pleased in all his works. And all this showed me he fully blissfully, signifying thus, See, I am God. See, I am in all thing. See, I do all thing. See, I lift never mine hands off my works, nor ever shall, without end. See, I lead all thing to the end I ordained it to from without beginning, by the same might, wisdom, and love whereby I made it. How should any thing be amiss? Thus mightily, wisely, and lovingly was the soul examined in this vision. Then saw I soothly that me behoved of need to assent with great reverence, enjoying in God. End of chapter 11. This recording is in the public domain.